Fundamentals 33, communicating with your doubles partner. When you play doubles, there are a significant number of balls coming over the net that either of the doubles partners could hit. There are 2 times to talk to your partner about which of you should hit a ball that is within reach of both of you, before the match and during the match. Before the match, you need to decide on several things, especially things that are considered common knowledge, such as forehand gets it down the middle, which is problematic if the person hitting the backhand has a better stroke than the person hitting the forehand. And it's especially problematic if a right-hander is partnering with a left-hander. Forehand gets it down the middle. Left-hander, forehand gets it down the middle. That's not going to work. Another thing that is somewhat common knowledge is the person in front gets it. But the rationale behind this is twofold. If the person closer to the net hits it back, it gets to your opponent earlier, which can force an error. The other advantage to having the closer person hit it is that the closer person doesn't have to look back at their partner to see if they are ready or in position to hit the ball, which can cause the closer person to take their eye off the ball while they're looking back. There are other things to talk about before the match, including injuries that could limit what the partner can do, such as a strained leg muscle, which means that the healthy partner has to always run back for lobs. You also need to agree on how much talking you want to do during the match, which is the other time to communicate with your partner, and also what words do you want to use. Examples: a switch when your partner moves into your half of the court to return a lob hit over your head, and yours when you know you can't get the ball. You should also discuss words not to use, such as out, to tell your partner that you think the ball is going to land out before the ball actually hits the ground, which is a definite no-no. You have to wait for the ball to land out to call it out. So you can say something like no, or let it go. Just don't say out. If you do decide to communicate during the match, make sure to speak as early as possible so that you aren't shouting as your partner is trying to stroke the ball, which could cause them to miss. If you play with one partner a lot, you may not need to communicate much. My preference is to be silent, except in very unusual circumstances, because once I know my partner is going to switch without fail when I switch half courts, why say anything? But there is a big advantage to being good at communicating on court, and that is when you switch partners and you don't know what your new partner does naturally, especially if they aren't very experienced. Probably in your current situation, you should learn how to communicate and do it fairly often. Just make sure you don't shout out while your partner is stroking the ball.